Hey there, it's been a while. I didn't think you were the interviewer for the new job I got.
I was surprised when Jenny came in as an interviewer too. I didn't expect my childhood friend to apply for a job at my company.
And I was happy that they hired me.
Yeah, congratulations on being hired.
Why do you hire me?
After discussing with the other interviewers, we agreed that we got a good impression on you, so we hired you.
Oh, I see. That's me. Your company is quite good at looking at people.
Well, I'll be looking forward to working with you. There's a lot to remember, and I wish you the best of luck.
I have a good memory, so you don't have to worry about that. But I have one thing that I'm worried about.
Worried? What is it?
You see, I'm a mid-career hire, so I don't have any peers. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit in.
I'm sure you'll be fine. There are many mid-career hires at my company, and they fit right in.
But I'm still worried. Will I really fit in? I'm worried.
Then you can join the company's chat group.
What's that? A group chat? Does the company have such a thing?
Yes, the president of the company thought it would be a good way to get to know each other better. I'm sure you'll get to know each other quickly if you join it. I'll invite you to join.
It would certainly be easier to communicate that way. Well, come to think of it, it's such a low-level company that someone like you could be in HR, so I'm sure I'll fit right in.
What's with that tone? I'm just trying to make you feel better.
I'm sorry. I accidentally let my inner voice slip out.
You haven't changed at all since you were a student, have you?
Huh? What do you mean I haven't changed?
You have looked down on me and made fun of me since we were students. You spread false rumors about me cheating and messing around with boys who had girlfriends. Because of that, I was isolated in class for a while.
Was that right? It was so long ago. I don't remember any of that.
I can't believe you did that and forgot about it. I thought we were going to be friends now that we're 28 years old and grown up. I didn't think about the past when I was hiring, but I kind of regret it.
You remember the past so well. It's funny that you still hold a grudge against me.
I can't help it. I was made fun of, and it was a bad memory for me.
You are so narrow-minded, aren't you? It's hard to live life like that.
What's with that attitude? I can't believe that I have to work with someone like you.
Well, now that we are working together, let's get along.
How dare you? I thought so, but you're the one who said those terrible things to me.
Hey, don't be so uptight. I'll see you next week.
I wonder if we'll be able to get along like this. A few days later.
Wait, what do you mean? I heard that Michael is your husband. He's popular, good-looking guy in the company.
What's going on? It's true that my husband is Michael and he works at the company. What about it?
It's not fair that you've married a good-looking guy.
Huh?
He's too good for you. I knew you were married, but I didn't know your husband was such a big shot.
I don't like it when you say that all of a sudden. I mean, it's none of your business who I marry, is it?
Huh? There's no way I can accept that such a handsome guy is your husband.
But I'm already married, so you just have to accept it.
When I saw Michael, I knew he was the one for me. I was shocked that he was married. I had no idea that you were his wife.
I'm sorry to hear that.
If it weren't for you, I would have made a move on him by now.
There's nothing you can do about it now. I think the best thing you can do is just give up and think that there was no chance.
No, I'm definitely not giving up. I have to come up with a plan. I know.
What?
Why don't you just divorce him? Then Michael would be mine.
Huh? Of course I don't want that. Why should we break up for your sake?
Because I've fallen in love with him. I'm a better match for him, so just break up with him.
We won't break up for you. You're out of your mind trying to steal someone's husband.
Oh, really? Are you sure? You don't know what will happen if you don't listen to me.
What? What is going to happen if I don't listen to you?
I can make allies at work and isolate you. You don't want to be isolated in the office you go to every day, do you?
Huh. It's just like when we were high school. Are you threatening me because you want me to break up with my husband?
Yes, you're right. Now, it's up to you whether you choose him or your position in the company.
Do you really want my husband that much?
Of course I do.
I mean, you've only been in our company 3 days, right?
Yes, it's my 3rd day, so what?
How can you be so obsessed with my husband when you don't even know him?
Because I don't care what he's like as long as he's good looking.
I can't believe you would make a move on a married man for that reason.
Well then, so you'll have to figure out what to do about it yourself.
Are you seriously planning to isolate me?
Of course I'm serious. Then I look forward to hearing that you've broken up with him.
Oh, come on, how selfish can you be? I won't let you have my husband. A few days later.
Hey, cut it out. You haven't broken up with Michael yet. You should get a divorce right now.
You're getting annoying. I will never divorce my husband no matter how much you threaten me. So please give it up for good.
Why can't you listen to me? Because you don't understand. No matter how many times I approach Michael, he won't take me seriously.
If he doesn't take you seriously, that means that he has no interest in you. I don't think he'll go out with you even if I break up with him.
What? Of course he will. I can't allow you to interfere with my love life and then insult me.
Well, I was just telling you the truth.
That's enough. I'm going to make you feel like an outcast.
You're not still thinking about that, are you?
Yes. You know I have a good reputation within the company. At this rate, my reputation will spread and everyone will be on my side. So I'm sure that if I set up a group chat to accuse you, everyone will join in. Then I'll spread the word that I'm being bullied by you.
You really haven't changed since you were a student, have you? But I'm sorry, but I don't think that's possible.
Why not? People like me better than you, so they'll definitely side with me.
But now everyone knows what you really are.
What do you mean?
Take a good look at this chat screen.
What are you talking about? What?
You finally noticed? We've been talking on the group chat for a while now.
Oh no! So you're saying that others have been reading everything we've ever talked about?
Yes, almost everyone in the group has read your message. It's like you've introduced yourself as a bad person. Saves me the trouble of clearing up the misunderstanding. Thank you.
How could I have made a mistake?
You must have mistaken it since you were sending me annoying messages every day to tell me to leave my husband.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to lose all the reputation I've built up.
I'm sure it's already too late. I've just received a message from another colleague saying I didn't think Jenny was such a bad person. I'm disappointed. Another one said, she's such a lousy person to try to take someone's husband away.
Wait a minute. Everyone, it's all a misunderstanding. I always joke around with Belle like that.
Who do you think would believe such a lie now?
I'm not lying, it's true. She really is like this. My wife is suffering every day, and everyone, please be careful. Michael, why are you saying such terrible things? I don't want someone who was trying to isolate my precious wife at work to tell me anything. Please don't ever speak to me or my wife again. Wait, Michael.
As you can see, my husband doesn't like you and you should give up trying to take him away from me.
How could you let this happen? Everyone liked me, and if I had Michael, it would have been perfect.
You're selfish and your life can't possibly work out like that. Don't get involved with us from now on.
Oh no. I will be isolated in the company.
It's all your own fault. Why don't you reflect a little on what you did?
I'm sorry. I promise I won't try to take your husband away from you anymore.
I'm glad to hear that.
So just tell everyone in the office that it was a misunderstanding. I'm just starting to get used to it.
I told you that on the group chat. I'm sure everyone would know.
Oh, shoot.
I don't think you'll get everyone's trust back so easily now. It's going to be so hard to stay at work from now on.
Oh no. I worked so hard to find a new job and finally got it.
If that's the case, you should have just stayed quiet and not done anything so messed up. You've gone a little overboard, haven't you?
Please, then at least be on my side. If not, I'll really be alone.
How can you ask me to be on your side after you try to steal my husband away from me? I won't be your friend, and I won't be your enemy.
What does that mean?
It means that I will not have anything to do with you from now on, so I am either your enemy nor your friend.
Why are you being so cold and dismissive? We've known each other since childhood.
I can forgive you for what you did. I know you're going through a lot, but just hang in there.
Oh, why did it have to be this bad?
Later on, after that, she made a terrible impression at the company, and the employees around her distanced themselves from her. Ours is relatively a small company. It was mentally tough for her to be avoided by everyone in such a small company. In the end, Jenny resigned on her own within a month of joining the company. Then she started looking for a new job again. However, she quit both this company and the previous one after a short period of time. I heard that she could not get hired. After 6 months, she still could not get hired, and her heart was broken. She gradually began to withdraw to her parents' house. When her parents saw this, they became tired and eventually distanced themselves from her. A childhood friend who had an affair with my husband as soon as I get hospitalized. Thank you for coming to visit me today, Katie.
I was quite surprised when I heard you were hospitalized due to fatigue, but you look well.
I guess I look healthy because the intravenous drip is working, but I guess I still have to rest for the time being.
Is that so? That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing my husband with you today. My husband hadn't come to see me since I was hospitalized, so I was worried about him. You told him to come, right?
Yes. Actually, David looked very lonely after you were admitted to the hospital. Ever since you were admitted to the hospital, he had a frightened and anxious look on his face.
I see. I feel bad for him.
But David is fine now. I've been comforting him since the day you were hospitalized.
What do you mean?
I mean, I slept with your husband.
You're kidding, right?
Do you really think I would joke about this kind of thing?
I can't believe it.
The reason he didn't come to visit you is because he was busy having an affair with me. Since you've been in the hospital, I've been taking care of David the way I want.
Then why did you come to visit me today if you're having an affair?
That's obvious. To tell you that I'm going to take away David from you.
To tell me? But we never talked about it in the hospital room.
You're so dull.
What do you mean?
Wasn't David bad at housework?
Yes, he was.
Then why do you think there was not a single wrinkle on his clothes? That's because I washed and ironed them every day.
Then you and David are really...
You finally believe me? I also washed them with my favorite fabric softener.
So you came here to make me notice?
That's what I meant. I was so nervous. I didn't think you would notice until you got the message, though.
Why did you go for David?
Actually, I had been attracted to David ever since he got married. I think it was when we had a home party at your house. I fell in love with him then, and we exchanged numbers and met many times. Then, you were hospitalized. This was the perfect opportunity, so I took advantage of it.
Do you think you can get away with this just because we've known each other for a long time?
I don't expect you to forgive me.
I'll pretend I didn't hear what you just said, but please don't get involved with David or me ever again.
I can't do that. I'm serious about him. He says he wants to marry me too.
That's a lie.
It's true. There's no place for you when you get discharged.
Oh, no.
Besides, you were a workaholic. David said you were too much and that he felt lonely. On top of that, you were hospitalized due to overwork. It's really funny. That's why your childhood friend took your husband.
I was just doing my best for my family and the future.
A woman who gets hospitalized is useless, so can't you just divorce him? I'm confident that I can support him for a long time.
Wait a minute. I'll check with David about this.
Go ahead. I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing.
30 minutes later. David, thank you for coming to visit me with Katie earlier.
It's my pleasure. I know you must be tired and going through a lot, but thank you for showing us that you are fine. I was relieved to see your face after a long time.
By the way, I just got a line from Katie. Are you having an affair with Katie?
Huh? Is that what Katie told you?
Yes, she did. She said that you missed me, and the reason you didn't come to visit me after I was hospitalized was because you were busy having an affair. But is that true?
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that, but I just...
You admit it so easily.
But Katie already told you about her relationship with me, right? The worse I lie, the more suspicious it becomes. And the more excuses I make, the more I'll be exposed.
Well, I guess that's true.
That's why I don't make excuses. And even though I did something bad to you, it's also true that I missed you.
Even if that's the case, it's terrible to do something like that the moment I was admitted to the hospital.
I'm really sorry.
If you feel bad, you shouldn't have done that in the first place.
You're right, it's totally my fault. But Katie was very devoted to me.
Oh, I heard that she did your laundry for you.
She even told you about something like that?
She sounded pretty proud of herself, or rather, she bragged about it. From now on, Katie will do your laundry for you so you don't need me anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm thinking of getting a divorce.
Wait a minute, divorce? I was just fooling around with Katie. I'm not even in love with her at all, so please reconsider.
But Katie seems to be serious about you, David.
That's her feeling. I don't have any feelings for her.
But Katie told me that you're thinking of getting married.
That's what I said to make her happy. There's no way I really want to get married to her.
You mean that you were just saying it but didn't really mean it?
That's right. I don't intend to get together with Katie. I only want you, Alice.
I find that hard to believe.
I won't see her anymore, so I want us to start over. I'm begging you.
But you know, something is fishy.
What's suspicious?
Because I get the feeling that you are very experienced with women.
Isn't it just your imagination? See, I have 3 sisters.
It's not like that somehow.
Anyway, I'll apologize as many times as I have to, so don't give up on me. Besides, you're getting a promotion, right? If we get divorced here, it doesn't look good, does it?
You may have a point.
Right? For now, just think about your recovery. Let's talk about it again after you get out of the hospital. You're the only one that I love, Alice.
Okay, I get it. A few weeks later.
Hey, I heard you got out of the hospital.
Yes, I am. I'm all better and back to work.
Yeah? That's great. But it's too late for you to get better now. I've seen David many times since then.
Yes, I know.
Did David tell you?
No, he didn't know, but...
Then, how do you know? Well, I don't really care. By the way, will you get a divorce? You're just too annoying.
I am getting a divorce.
Really? Yay! He's finally going to be mine. Then why don't you turn in your divorce papers now? I can't marry David unless you do that.
Are you really serious about marrying David?
Of course! What, are you jealous even though you're divorcing him? That sounds pathetic. That's creepy. Will you stop that?
You can say something like that because you don't know anything.
Huh? What are you talking about?
David has like 5 girlfriends. Are you sure you want to marry him?
What?
He was a big cheater.
A big cheater? 5 girlfriends? What are you talking about? You don't want me to have him that much, so you're lying to me? You're too desperate.
After I found out that you were having an affair with David, I hired a detective to thoroughly investigate him. That's why I know that you have been together.
A detective? Why would you hire such a thing?
Because David's behavior was suspicious. It was like a man who was used to cheating on his wife.
Used to cheating?
I asked the detective to look into it, and David was completely guilty. To him, you're just one of the 5.
Oh no! But he loved me as much and told me many times that he loved me and wanted to marry me.
That means he said that to other women too.
But I'm sure I'm the best among them because he saw me every day.
Oh, that's probably for the money.
Money?
It seems that David is heavily in debt. I heard it from the detective.
That's just too...
I guess he married me because I have a high income.
Huh?
I found out that the reason he was reluctant to divorce me after I found out about his affair with you and told him about the divorce was because of the money.
Wait a minute. What in the world was he putting his money into?
Apparently, he was spending it on his horse racing. I don't even know he was doing it because he was buying tickets on his phone, so that I wouldn't find out about it.
Now that you put it that way, I can certainly think of something. When the horse races were on TV, he was glued to the TV. He didn't even listen to me when I called out to him.
He would whisper about his love for various women and ask them to give him money or borrow money to repay his debts. There were times when he couldn't stand it any longer and went horse racing.
Then, what about his story when he said that he wanted to borrow money from me to rent a house so that we could live together?
I think he lied to you.
I'm just so shocked. I didn't think David was that kind of man.
I agree with you.
I'm breaking up with him.
Oh, really? But I'm going to demand compensation from you.
What? Compensation?
Of course, you were the one who initiated this in the first place. You even came to see me at the hospital and tried to make me notice your relationship with David.
But that doesn't matter. You have a good income. You can survive on your own.
It has nothing to do with that. I went through a lot of mental suffering and had to hire a detective.
But I lent David 500,000 yen. I can't pay you any compensation.
But you have to.
I said I would break up with him, so it's okay now, right?
But you know what? I've hired a lawyer and he's already proceeded with it. We'll be receiving the documents later, so please take a look at them.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I don't have any money right now, so please forgive me.
I'm telling you, it's too late for you to apologize now. But I'm glad that you had an affair with David so I could learn a lot of things. Thank you.
I didn't want to know about it. I tried to call David earlier, but he didn't pick up his phone at all.
David is to blame, of course, but I think you deserve it.
We've known each other since childhood, so seriously, can't you just give me a break on the compensation?
I can't. I'll make sure you pay it when I get the documents from the lawyer. So be prepared.
Oh no!
Later, I then divorced my David, and I decided to sue him and his cheating partners, including Katie. However, the cheating partners other than Katie didn't know that David was a married man. So as a result, I decided to sue only Katie. After that, I proceeded to communicate with them through the lawyer, but I heard that she seemed to be very exhausted by that time. I heard that the betrayal from David and the outflow of money due to her mistake had driven Katie into a corner. The money she lent David is not being repaid because he doesn't have any money, and she is in a very difficult situation. In addition to her job, she works late at night at a convenience store to make ends meet and to pay her compensation. Eventually, she was hospitalized due to overwork. I heard that she's in a desperate situation because she needs money to pay for hospitalization. A scum president who fired me the moment she found out about my side business.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Hi, President. It's late. What can I do for you? Is it an emergency?
Yes, I wanted to tell you something.
What is it that you want to tell me? I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm sorry to say, but you're right. I've decided to forcefully terminate you.
What? Forced dismissal?
I, the president, have made the decision. Thank you for all your hard work since you joined us as a new graduate. Good luck in your new job.
What? Forced dismissal? Does this mean that I'm fired?
Yes, it does. So, you are fired at the end of this month, so pack up your stuff at the office.
Wait a minute, please. I can't accept being fired all of a sudden.
Whether you agree or not, I, the president, have made the decision, so you should just shut up and do as I say.
That's absurd. I mean, please tell me why I was fired.
The reason you were fired from the company, it was because I found out you were working on the side.
What? A side business?
Yeah, I heard you have a blog. I found out when I heard other employees chatting.
Yes, but is the side business the reason for my forced retirement?
Of course, I hired you. You can't just go out and get a second job.
That's not right. Our company rules allow the employees to have side jobs, right?
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
What? There should be no expiration date on company rules.
Those company rules were made by the previous incompetent president. Now that I am president, I'm going to ban side jobs.
How could I have known that? You're telling me just now. It's just too much to be fired for that.
You've been too annoying. Anyways, you've already been fired, so give it up.
No, I'm not giving up. I can't give up for such an unreasonable reason. First of all, I haven't been able to work overtime these days because of the company's deteriorating performance. And it's hard to make ends meet on the company's income alone. Please allow me to work on the side.
What is that? Do you have a problem with our company?
No, I'm not complaining, but I'd like you to understand. I have not had any problems with my work since I started working on the side, and I have never neglected my work.
That's something you obviously have to do when you work for money, isn't it?
Since I am doing what I'm expected to do without any problems, there is nothing wrong with that.
You know, I don't like the fact that you're doing a side job while working for my company.
Please understand a little that it is not only me but all the other employees who are suffering.
Are you trying to lecture me like a big shot? Why should I have to understand the feelings of someone as low as you?
You don't have to talk to me like that.
Besides, other employees are doing fine with their income from our company, even if their lives are difficult, right? We don't need people like you who are greedy and can't make ends meet on our salary.
But I joined this company as a new graduate and have devoted 6 years of my life to this company. How could you do that to me?
You brought this on yourself, didn't you? You should hate yourself for doing such a stupid thing as working on the side.
I didn't break any company rules. This is just too unreasonable.
I told you those company rules were a thing of the past. If you had been a little more modest, not doing such a lousy job on the side, you wouldn't be in this situation. So, please work hard for the next few months until you retire. If you cut corners in your work, I will cut your salary this month. Then, think about what you're going to do with your life.
Oh, wait a minute. Please listen to me more seriously. A few days later.
Hey, I heard from the president. I heard you're being forced to resign from this company.
Oh, so you heard about it too. Actually, the president suddenly told me I was fired a little while ago. It was so sudden that I don't really feel it at all.
What? What in the world could have gotten you fired for? I mean, it's like they're forcing you to retire. Did you embezzle money or something?
What? Of course not. I would never do that kind of thing.
Well, there is no way you would do such a thing. But no matter how much I think about it, that's the only reason I can come up with.
After all, it usually takes that much to get forcefully fired from a company, right?
So, what was the real reason you were fired?
Actually, I was fired because the president found out that I was working on the side.
What? You were fired just because you were working on the side? I mean, wasn't it okay to have side jobs in the first place?
Yes, according to the company rules, it is allowed to work on the side. So I knew that and was working on the side, but the president told me it was not allowed.
What? That's not right. You were following the company rules and you're being fired? I can't accept that.
Of course I can't agree with it at all, so I tried to argue with the president, but she wouldn't listen to me at all.
That's the kind of selfish and stubborn president I'm talking about. She has always been selfish, but I was surprised to see how far she would go. The company's performance seems to be getting worse and worse since she took over.
That's true. I really wish they would do something about her.
Oh, that's right. How about suing her legally?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
You don't have to be so timid. As long as the company rules are in place, you should be able to sue for compensation.
Thanks for your thoughts, but I don't want to sue.
You're not just going to give up and resign.
No, I'm not going to cry myself to sleep. I'm not going to accept an unreasonable end like this.
Well, that's good to hear.
Besides, I heard that the other employees are working side jobs and are scared that they will be fired too. I want to help them. I'm going to do something about it.
You're really kind, Mary. I still want to work with you as a colleague.
I'm glad you said that. I feel the same way.
Tell me if there's anything I can do.
Thank you. I will do that. A week later.
Hey you, you're going to quit our company in about a week, right?
Yes, what about it?
You're suddenly looking at me in a weird way ever since I gave you the notice of forced dismissal. Are you trying to mess with me, the president of the company?
That's because I don't agree with such an unreasonable dismissal.
Then you don't have to come to work anymore.
Huh? What is it?
I'm sorry to bother you so suddenly, but I've changed my mind. In exchange, I'm going to cut your salary for this month drastically.
You're being selfish again, aren't you? I've already finished getting ready for work and I'm on my way to the office.
I don't know anything about that. There's no place for you at the office. If you don't want to be miserable, you should go home.
Why don't you just let me work for the rest of the week?
I told you, I changed my mind. Besides, I sent your desk to the disposal last night, so it's gone.
Did you throw away my desk without my permission? When I haven't even resigned yet?
Because this is my company, so it's up to me. I'm glad I don't have to see your face again.
That's right. I think it's up to the president to do whatever.
What's wrong? You're suddenly very attentive. I'm sorry, but even if you're acting nice now, you're still fired.
I have no intention of doing so, so please don't worry. On the contrary, I'm glad I quit this company.
Don't act tough just because you feel bad. It must be sad for you not to be able to say goodbye to your colleagues for the last time. Well, I wouldn't want to come if I didn't have a desk to sit at.
No, it would be convenient if you disposed of the desks. And while you're at it, please get rid of the remaining 13 desks too.
What are you talking about all of a sudden? You mean the remaining 13 people? Are you telling me that you want me to dispose all of their desks?
Yes, that's what I mean.
You must have a very twisted personality to ask me to throw away other employees' desks because you were upset that yours was thrown away.
No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of a jerk.
Then, why did you ask me to do that?
I asked because it seems that everyone else wants to voluntarily resign. Those 13 desks will never be used in the future, so they will just get in the way.
Huh? All those people are resigning? That can't be true. Don't make me laugh.
Oh, so you didn't know anything after all. They all said they were going to bring their resignation letters today.
No way. Is that true?
I wouldn't lie about something like that.
But how could they all quit so quickly? There's no way they can all find new jobs so quickly.
Then don't worry, everyone has already found a new job.
That can't be.
In fact, all of us are planning to change jobs at a company run by the sister of the previous president.
Huh? Don't tell me that she recruited employees for my company.
They all said they were leaving the company on their own, so she didn't ask them to leave.
I mean, why are you acquainted with that woman?
I met her at the funeral when the previous president passed away. You didn't attend the funeral, so I don't think you knew about it.
What is that?
She had heard some bad rumors about you and she told me I could go work for her company if something should happen.
That woman! I would never approve of the resignations.
Even if you don't approve, it's fine for us to quit on our own.
What? You're talking to me as if you're some big shot, huh?
President, do you understand your current position? And I could have sued for such an unreasonable dismissal.
Sue me?
Well, I don't want to do that because it would be a waste of time. I don't want to work for a company like this.
I understand. I'm sorry. I'll cancel the termination order after all.
Why are you acting so weird now?
It's not weird. You can seriously come back. That's right. I'll allow you to work on the side.
It's too late. I don't think anyone would want to follow you now.
But how am I supposed to run this company on my own?
I don't know that. Please do your best somehow by yourself.
Don't be so cold. Please, will you stay in this company?
Huh?
I'll even pay you better than before. Then you won't complain, right?
You said earlier that you didn't even want to see me. How can you ask me to stay after what you said?
I'm sorry about before. I'll buy you a new desk, see?
I don't need a desk because I don't want to work. I'm not going to change my mind no matter what you say.
Please do something about that.
What is impossible is impossible. I know you're going through a lot of hardship, but please do your best. Take care.
Wait a minute, please don't abandon me.
Later on, after that, all the employees came to the company to submit their resignation forms to the president as I had told her. The president apologized and tried to stop them. However, all of them had nothing but dissatisfaction with the president, so they left the company without any sympathy at all. After that, the president was forced to run the company by herself. No new employees came to the company because of the bad reputation. The company went bankrupt without any new employees. After that, the president tried to get the sister of the previous president to hire her as an employee, but of course, she was not hired. The family abandoned her because she had a large amount of debt. She is now living alone and looking for a job. Thank you for watching to the end. If you find the video interesting, please rate it and subscribe to our channel.